Who cares? Welcome everybody to our epic return.
Hey girls.
I am Mark. I don't even. You guys know who I. It's my channel. And
You know who I am.
seriously, I mean, it's kind of our channel now. I mean, because honestly, I don't really do much on it by myself anymore. So, because I'm kind of that's boring. It's really boring. Talk about it's like talking to yourself.
It takes a lot of
for hours.
Yeah.
And then my mom walks in the room and says, "What are you doing?" I'm, like, I'm recording for YouTube, and she just like walks away slowly and closes the door. I'm like, so I'm pretty much nowadays. We're a YouTube group. Either I have these two with me, or I have Trey and hopefully Garrett. If I try to record Kingdom Hearts tomorrow again.
Cool.
And if I try to do Xenoverse again, I'll have these two with me too. So hopefully, yeah, man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and Tim's here too.
I'm here too.
I'm about to say.
I'm relevant.
Yes, and Tim is here. Yeah,
Yes, you are, Krillin.
You are going to be relevant because I am putting you on my channel art, so you are part of this group.
Yeah, man. You're a member of the Power Rangers of Ultimate Gaming.
Dang it! Yeah, we are crude dudes with attitude.
Recruiting teenagers with attitude.
We'll get to that movie one day, but anyway.
One day.
Oh, okay, that's gonna probably suck. But we're here to talk about. I think this year is Dragon Ball Z. GT doesn't count, but screw that. And Super's 30th anniversary. So, my gosh, it's been around 30 years, guys.
It's been a long journey.
Can you imagine? Can you believe that the anime has? I think that the anime only started like a year after the manga came out. So
Really?
Yeah, just the first Dragon Ball Z. So it's been 30 years since the anime's been running. My gosh, I mean,
It must have been like crazy successful when it started as a manga.
I know. I think Sailor Moon maybe surpasses it, possibly, but I don't know about that.
Oh,
Not anymore.
Moon,
Don't trash talk Sailor Moon, my dude.
I mean, it surpasses it in terms of like when it. I don't know, like when it was first written, or I don't really know the time period of that.
It might have. But now, like, One Piece rules all.
Yeah, One Piece rules. Screw that show. I don't like it. It never ends.
It will never end.
But why?
No matter how much we want it to.
I know. At least Dragon Ball Z does have an ending, and GT, thank God, has an ending. But yeah.
One Piece is like the SpongeBob of anime. It doesn't know when to quit.
You're darn right. Even Jimmy Neutron knew when to stop.
As soon as it started. No, I'm just kidding. Jimmy Neutron was fun.
Yeah, so Dragon Ball Z. I mean, not just Z. Dragon Ball in general.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
I think the first series, I think it had like around 158 episodes, maybe.
Oh yeah, I think so.
I mean, we could easily look it up. We have the internet right next to us, but
Let me just double check.
Z I knew had around 200 and I think it was like 98 episodes or. And
153.
Oh, 53. Okay, and what did Z have?
How many episodes of Dragon Ball Z?
I know GT had around 64.
291.
Dang. GT I know had around
Yeah,
64 to 65. Jeez, I should only lasted for 10 episodes, but. Super right now is on episode 70, I believe 71.
I believe it's 74, I think.
Or 74, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So, dang, I mean,
Catching up to do.
and half of the Super is just the retread of the movies. Battle of Gods and
That's true.
Resurrection F, which people just decide to skip. Which I don't really blame them, honestly.
Yeah, the beginning of Dragon Ball Super was just garbage. Like, you can't.
That animation, man. It was like a 5-year-old drew it.
Yeah, it was garbage.
I swear our channel art when I got in Toriyama's artwork is going to look just as close to the original Toriyama art as... Not that. I swear I'm already working day and night on that crap. Making sure
Oh my god.
it looks good.
The beginning with Goku's face and Super Saiyan 3 and Beerus. Oh my
gosh, it was so funny.
How did that get past editing?
Well, the thing is,
beyond...
I know people don't really just before we get into our actual conversation. I know people trash that, but The guy who...
It's been done before.
Yeah, but the thing is, the guy who was animating it in the beginning had a small group, and they had to finish it within I believe it was a 1 month time period to finish the entire arc.
Oh, dang.
It was a guy, I think he was in Japan, he did like some YouTube art thing, or he wrote his own fake manga, it's called Dragonball AF. And Toriyama found this guy. He wasn't even part of anything with Toriyama. He was just a random guy. Toriyama found him and said, "Hey, that looks really close to my art style." So he hired him and said that he would do the first episodes of Super. But the guy was put on a time limit because again, it's just the movies again. So
true.
And they had to get the movies done in a spread out episode formula. And make it interesting, but it was under a time limit too, kind of like Sonic 06. And so, he had to overwork himself and his small little team at the time, because nowadays the Super team is much bigger, but... So that's why I kind of look bad, because he had to rush through it to get to the to get to the main stuff, which is like the universe arcs and all that.
See, and I understand that, but that doesn't excuse the fact that it looks like garbage.
Very true.
Yes, it does.
But they are re-releasing it on a Blu-ray and making it look better.
And it looks a lot better.
So, and at least they're making an effort to say sorry.
Well, and after like the beginning, like 2 sagas, like after the Battle of Gods and after Resurrection F, after that it gets really good. It gets like really, really good.
That's very true.
Yeah, we get the tournament.
Like the Universe 6 saga.
Yeah.
And then the Black Goku arc, which I just ended, and I have very, very mixed feelings on that. But
The manga of that was really good.
But yeah, just finished watching it. I mean, there are some cool things that happen. Just as a whole, it's like, and then they're gonna have another universe arc after this, so they are still going. They're gonna be still going. So that's nice. It's nice. At least like they're making an effort to keep going on, making it a better show. In fact, at this time I was recording, there's a next episode coming out today, actually, and I think it's I think it might be a time skip episode because look, in one of the previews, it looked like Kid Trunks was older. So we'll see. It may not be. It might have just been like a confusion between the fans. But if that happens, I mean, if we get a time skip now, that means Pan's older, Oob is born older. We can get past GT's crap and really get into some cool stuff.
Maybe we'll see.
Goten and Trunks are older.
Older Marin, although that'd be cool.
We get more fusions.
Vegeta's daughter.
Oh yeah, Bola.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he has a daughter.
You didn't know that Vegeta had a daughter?
No, I mean I knew, but I didn't know that they would actually put that in.
No, I mean we don't know yet.
Oh, yeah, she was.
We don't know yet, but
she was in the last episode of Dragonball.
Yeah, but she was in Z.
She was actually older than Pan.
Yeah, she was in the last episode of Z
wow.
as a little girl, and they carried it on into GT and did nothing with it. But yeah, I mean we could, and Toriyama obviously he wants Oob to be back, so we could have Bola back too. So I mean, so much could keep going and happening and making it better than just the beginning of Super, which was just like, So.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't necessarily, for me, I was kind of, being a little bit harsh on it. The beginning wasn't too bad, but it's like, when you already watch the movies, and then you see the beginning of Dragon Ball Super, you're like, yeah, I've already seen this, so...
Yeah, it's like, I can just wait. And that's not how it should, I mean, really, I don't know. That's just kind of the problem you have when you decide to make movies, and then decide, oh, let's redo it again, to make it seem more canon.
Yeah.
But it's like...
Of course they're gonna, have to.
It's like, why couldn't you just have the 2 movies there, and then say, okay, now Super is just a continuation of that, and then just skip the episodes altogether and just keep going.
Yeah, they probably could have done that.
Although you'd have to make it, try to get the English dub people on it a lot quicker, but...
Well, maybe, maybe they just wanted to add some extra exposition into it, like how Vegeta could turn into a Super Saiyan.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and they do that. It's just that... I don't know. That's just boring.
There could have been
That's
easier
just
ways.
boring.
Yeah.
I rate that beginning to GT, honestly, just how boring it is. Because obviously it wasn't a whole lot of effort put into it, because it was already done before. You don't really have, creative freedom. You just have to repeat it again. So I mean, we kind of got our little thoughts out of right now for Super out of the way, but yeah, let's just say as of now, Super is still on the cusp of becoming a way better series. But its beginning was very, it was slow.
True.
I'll be honest. I think it is actually slightly better than Dragon Ball. It's obviously better. Than
No, no.
But it's like a lot of people might, be upset that I'm saying this, but I do think it is a little bit better than Dragon Ball.
Well, I mean, I don't blame you because Dragon Ball itself, the show, has so much filler. It's not even in the manga either.
That's
yeah,
true.
and it kind of feels childish at times, which is fine and all. I mean, I'm for that. I like goofy kind of childish.
Like, I will agree with you here. I have a good. I'll agree with you because the thing is, I wouldn't have if say I grew up with Dragon Ball first and all that. But the first thing brought to America for viewers was Dragon Ball Z. And then after that, everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, look at all this punching and action! This is changing the way we watch cartoons." Then they bring in Dragon Ball and oh, okay, well, now we get to have the beginning. That's cool. There's no fighting. There's a lot of comedy. I mean, there's fighting every once in a while, but it's just more character development. And a lot of people will be like, a lot of people will be like, good, we need character development. Yeah, but we already had Z, where it kind of established, no character development, but a lot of fighting. So now we get the complete opposite of the show, but came before, where it's just barely any fighting, but a lot of character development. It's like this. It's like you're watching two completely different animes.
I don't
get
know.
that feeling a lot.
Yeah.
Like when you're watching. Sorry,
go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest. With Dragon Ball Z, I actually got, especially with Gohan and Piccolo, those two had, and Vegeta, obviously Vegeta, but those three really had a lot of development when it came to their whole story arc. Especially Gohan, for me, I think had the biggest turnaround when it came to comparing him to the Saiyan saga and then the Cell saga. That was huge. And then they completely trashed him and all that, but
don't talk crap about the Great Saiyan Man.
That's also filler, by the way.
Incredible.
That's not even in the manga either.
Oh wait, was the Great Saiyan Man filler? The saga or the character?
Half the saga was filler. Because Toriyama was in the middle of writing the Buu saga, and they couldn't do it while he was writing it. So I had to fill in some stuff.
So,
I mean, there is some Sandman in the manga, but half the episodes in the anime are filler. But yeah, to go on Tim's point, I agree that yes, out of everyone in the show, everyone, including who's supposed to be the main character, Goku, Piccolo, Vegeta, and Gohan have the most development out of anybody. Because
even Sean Shelby.
I mean, you could say actually no, Trunks has no development at all. He's just there. But I mean, he's my favorite character, obviously, but he's just there. But the thing is, the reason why they have that development is because the show was originally supposed to be about Gohan. Goku was supposed to die on Namek and not be brought back. And the rest of the show was supposed to be about Gohan growing up, doing all this stuff, fighting Cell on his own and all that. But the fans, as we all know, fan demand comes first. No, don't kill him off. Okay, we'll bring him back. But I will kill it.
Dude, that was...
He's like, okay, I'll bring him back, but I will kill him again one day. So we can get rid of him finally.
One day.
He kills him off in the Buu saga against Cell. No, stop, don't kill him. Okay, I'll bring him back again, jeez. And they brought him back in the Buu saga.
And,
he was not supposed to come back.
That's why they made
he wasn't supposed to come back at all.
That's why they made Goten, right?
Yeah, and then he made Goten. He's like, okay, I'm going to kill him off this time, guys. And just, here, let me give you guys a little replacement, maybe. Just give him a little brother. There we go. There you go. Look, there's some essence of Goku in there. No! Okay, fine. I'll bring him back one more time. And then, then obviously everybody else got sidelined because he kept being brought back.
The Buu saga screwed everyone
Yeah, it did.
up.
Because, let's put it this way, Toriyama didn't want to do Super Saiyan 3, but he had to, because what's the point of bringing back Goku if he's just going to stay the same as a weakling? And let Gohan surpass him.
Although, okay, I'll give Vegeta this. Vegeta really had a lot of character in the Buu saga. A lot of character.
Yeah. Well, especially when he became Majin Vegeta. That's where we get a whole lot of... we finally get his explosion of anger that he's been like holding in for years.
Yeah.
That's that. I like that. I really enjoyed that with Vegeta. But I didn't like the fact that Piccolo had been reduced to a teacher, Gohan had been reduced to this academic father.
No, you mean Goku had been reduced to a dead teacher, and Piccolo has been reduced to Gohan's father. Because as much as we make fun of Abridge and all that, it does get all the tropes correct. I mean,
Yeah.
But hey, look on the bright side. Piccolo can teach Goten to dance, and that's...
I kind of wish, like, you know, because of the events of how Z played out, Piccolo really didn't have any more, like, a chance to be, like, Goku's rival anymore. Because Piccolo, I remember at least this, Piccolo became more of, like, a villain near the very, very end tail of, like, Dragon Ball. And then in Z, he's supposed to still be his enemy, but Raditz comes, completely outmatches him. Then Goku outmatches him again, becomes Super Saiyan. Piccolo can't fight that. There is no more rivalry.
Yeah.
So Toriyama's like, oh shoot, what am I going to do with him now? I mean, I'll just make him a lovable character. So he just made him watch over Gohan.
Oh, but in the Cell Saga, he was more powerful than anyone because he fused
for like 2
Bobby
episodes
and Nail.
Well, like I said, Piccolo was great until the Boost Saga. And then he was reduced. I mean, I'm fine with Piccolo being this old wise teacher and but like, he doesn't do anything. And if he does, it's
True.
Nobody really ever makes fun of Piccolo as like, oh no, Piccolo like the Krillin or the Yamcha. But he, honestly, it's because people like Piccolo. I mean, they like him. It's just that he doesn't do anything. Like, he really doesn't do much in Z as a whole.
It doesn't have much contribution to the plot.
He grows in strength, tries to fight Frieza, dies, okay, gets brought back to life, grows in strength, tries to fight Cell, gets beat up again, okay, well, weak again, Gohan defeats him. Boost Saga gets turned to rock for like 40 episodes, then comes back out.
It's like Star Wars. All the Skywalkers screw up the galaxy, while in Dragon Ball, all of Goku's family screws up the Earth. So, what?
Goku's family is just a bunch of drama queens. They don't even know it because they're so stupid. They're just kind of like, ha, cool. And the Vegeta family are just like, what are you doing? No, stop it.
Pride, and I'm a carrot too.
I wish I was a carrot.
I wish I were a carrot.
I love Dragon Ball Abridged. It's so good.
Because it gets it right. Yeah. So, I mean, in Z, really, it's like I said, it's like you're watching 2 different animes. Ball is, barely any fighting, character development. Z is fighting, no character development. Like, they don't even, you can't, like, really, besides the characters, if they change all the characters, like in Dragon Ball, it's like some people, they'd be completely, like, you wouldn't even know, like, they were, the same anime at all. Or the same, like, series, because they're just not that much alike.
Yeah, Dragon Ball is very, very different from Dragon Ball Z. Although I think with Dragon Ball Z, I think it's funny because I remember seeing the episode where Goku turned Super Saiyan 3, and there were 2 plots going on at once. One was Goku, like, totally owning the Earth, and the other was, like, this cartoonish, like, Mr. Satan, no, what's going on here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to see that. I wanted to, like, experience Goku transforming into Super Saiyan 3. I don't care what Mr. Satan
Toriyama does.
Do you know what I mean? Like, once...
Yeah, he's like, ah! And like, oh my god, oh, there go my muscles, oh!
Yeah. That's Dragon Ball Z for me, because, like, 1 second I'll be like, yes, I can win, I can do it, Piccolo or whatever. And then the next second it's just like, oh, Chi-Chi, how you doing? Oh, Bulma, how you doing? Next second, Goku's, like, blasting through a meteor or something like that. I mean, like,
what you're trying to, the tone is inconsistent, which we're trying to say.
Yeah, like, pick a tone for me. At least Dragon Ball had a tone. Like, it gradually led up to Goku fighting Piccolo, and that was awesome.
Yeah.
it wasn't interrupted by some stupid dialogue. It was like legitimately like Goku fighting Piccolo. That was cool.
Right.
Ooh, someone didn't watch the Chi-Chi battle.
that only lasts. Yeah, and they immediately get married after, so there goes that one too.
It was so much funnier in the manga than in the anime. In the anime, they were trying to make it like this really heartwarming battle, and like for a cheesy cartoon, you know, it was okay. Like I didn't mind it that much. But in the manga, it was kind of like funny how fast it happened. So she was just like, "You promised to marry me," and he was just like, "Oh, okay. Well, I guess a promise is
That's
a promise.
one creepy
We'll get
chick.
married." And she's like, "Okay."
There's one very creepy chick, and she remembers
Yeah,
that
she's-
for like 50, 40 years, 30 years. It's like,
She is just dedicated.
jeez. Was she Amy Rose?
I would love. I'm sure there's some horrible DeviantArt drawing of her as Amy Rose.
But of
and
course.
Goku as Sonic.
Tim's like, oh, you didn't see that. Nope.
Oh, I don't.
I'm sure it's there.
I'm
I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna send it on the chat and no one can stop
Oh.
me right now. I'm
Yeah. So, I mean,
gonna show up.
going through. Oh, no, you go on.
Chi-Chi's actually another reason why I think Dragon Ball was a little bit like more consistent than Dragon Ball Z. Although when she turned into a teen, she had a huge turnaround. Like she was this little innocent, like nice girl.
Yeah.
Like really.
Like, what the heck?
Person.
Like, I still don't even get that change to this day. Like, what happened? Like, your dad is like the nicest guy ever, so why did you become like that?
Was your mom like shot in front of you or something like that? Jeez. Like,
Well, you never see her.
You know, it kind of. I mean, honestly, we make fun about Goku's never around, but if you guys had a wife like that, would you ever want to be home all the time?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not the wife that I'm concerned with that I would be never around for. It's like if you're living in that kind of exciting world where you can get that powerful that fast and you can do all that cool stuff, who'd want to stay at home?
Goku, get the crops again. Why? We have Mr. Satan. We have money everywhere.
I can, like, blow up
Why?
I could blow up a whole planet. Why do I have to get crops? I could just go and demand money
I have-
from people.
Yeah, train the martial arts.
I have Mr. Satan as my brother-in-law now. Why? We have infinite money. We don't need to do this. We don't need to do this.
That is so true.
Why?
Like, why?
Well,
Okay, so I found the horrible Sonic fan art.
Please stop.
Rouge the Bat is Bulma. Knuckles the Echidna is Piccolo. The cat is Yajirobe.
Are we gonna get this video flagged?
Silver is Trunks. It's happening. Can't stop it.
He's like,
Stop
my
it.
hand.
It's there.
Ah.
It's loaded, and you can't stop it. It's horrible color
Let's see
pencil,
Tyler.
and it's taken on. Oh, it's so great.
Hi.
Can't stop it. It's there.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
It's there.
You know, I'll be completely honest. I think I would have rather have seen, wait, is Shadow Vegeta?
Oh my gosh, is he? Oh no, Shadow isn't
Thank
even
God.
there.
Oh.
Or Vegeta. I don't know why. That's like the perfect, like, horrible redone thing.
I don't know. Anyway,
I'm a horrible human being, and I.
Tyler, do you have like any like big memories of Dragon Ball?
I found the first bit where Bulma first met Goku. I found that very charming.
We begin our story with a little
Like, it
boy
was
and a girl being shot in the face.
Exactly. Ah, yes, perfect Cell. As every story begins, it begins with a teenage girl shooting a young boy in the face with a gun.
And it comes out just fine, but when people shoot him with little ray gun blasters, oh no.
Oh my gosh, that's true. There have to be some pretty good ray gun blasters. It's like,
I guess.
That's why, because
I just don't get it.
like, trooper. Imagine the one day a clone trooper doesn't miss, and
Traitor. Yeah, so I mean, Dragon Ball. I mean, I think near the beginning has more memorable parts, but then like as the series like goes around, especially in the Red Ribbon Army saga, which I actually finished. Like when we finished that video a long time ago, I got all the way up through there. It was like episode like 60. My gosh, that's so boring.
And it was so cool in the
I
manga.
know. I was like, how much of this is filler, and how much of this is like worth watching? I don't know. I don't read the mangas. I don't have them. So.
I found it on the internet before it got taken off.
Dang it! I knew that was gonna happen.
So I got lucky.
So yeah, I mean,
I
don't know. I think Dragon Ball. Unless you're like really, really interested in the series and you start with Z, don't go to Dragon Ball. Honestly, because it's not. I don't think it's a good way nowadays to get into Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball. It's way too different. Like,
if you're okay with like the huge gap in not quality, but the huge gap in tone, if you don't mind that, then watch it because it's a really good. Well, not watch it. Read it rather. Because
the anime, though, I think at many points, especially like when it comes to music, I don't know. It's just probably just me, the music and stuff like that. And sometimes, like, it just gets very repetitive. To some. I mean, it's funny at some points, yes, but I mean, the show is mostly a comedy, so that was what it was set out to do.
Don't expect it to be an action fight.
You're not going to see Kamehamehas everywhere. You're not going to see epic like teleporting battles or any of that. You're going to see great animation for the time and all that, of course. And good voice acting.
Well, I mean, Piccolo has the fight with Piccolo and Goku was pretty good, but that's about it.
True.
That comes in like that's like around like the very end of the series though. So you gotta like really stick around to see that.
Yeah. Actually, I wanted to talk to you guys about something else too. What was the best overall dub? Like the Ocean dub,
Funimation to me.
Or Kai?
Oh, well, obviously, and any day now, Kai still wins to me. Because obviously it's a redo of Z, so it's way better. And they don't because the thing is with the original Dragon Ball Z, they had the English voice actors had to copycat the Canadian dub, which is the Ocean dub. So in the beginning they had to mimic them to the best of their ability, so they didn't get to like have their own character or personalities pop out. But as you get, like it's kind of all like the Sonic games and all that. Like as you get like more comfortable like with your character and all that, then you start to create your own identity. That's what Son Shamel said, especially. Like he hated in the beginning when he had to try to mimic somebody else. He wanted to do his own voice, but they said no, you got to stick to the script and do this. And that was like throughout, I think all the way throughout the Frieza saga. Then when they got to the Cell saga, he finally was allowed to like branch out a bit more and do more with his voice. But it was like already halfway through the series.
That's good.
So he says that he just didn't like the way it came out throughout the beginning of the series. But throughout the rest, he got to do whatever he wanted. Yeah. So they're like, when he got called back and said that, we're going to do Kai, he jumped on that immediately. Like, yes, I'm going to redo it the right way.
Yeah, something else I want to say too is like with Dragon Ball, with the Dragon Ball dubs, I didn't really like Funimation. Well, I liked Funimation's music the best. I like Kai's voices the best. But for the Ocean dub, I really, really liked Goku and Piccolo. Like whoever their voice actors were, they were really good. Like they were better than the ones in Funimation.
Right. I just didn't like. I didn't like in the Ocean dub. I think it was Vegeta's voice. It was like ear rape. Like, oh my God, Kakarot, come here!
Oh, yeah, that was
Let's go! Come here, Kakarot, let's go! Trunks, get in the hyperbolic time chamber with me! Like, it lasted throughout the entire series for that. Like, his voice is like, he was smoking a bunch of Marlboros every day. It's like...
At least it brought us
it's up at 9,000! But yeah, but that's the only thing memorable. Everything else is just ear rape from his voice. Like, and by the way, that's the very first... I didn't think about it, but... For some reason, when I was in New York, that was the very first dub I heard of Dragon Ball Z. And then they ended up... What happened was, my first time watching Dragon Ball Z, I was in New York. We had like already set up, and then I was sitting down on Saturday, and the first time it showed up, like Dragon Ball Z, Kai. I was like, okay. Well, it wasn't Kai. It was just Dragon Ball Z at the time. I'm like, all right. So they first threw out the Saiyan arc. It was it had to be. It was the Ocean dub because Vegeta's voice was the ear rape one. I was like, what the? Is this Vegeta's voice? Like, I mean, I didn't really know much about Dragon Ball at the time, so I was like, okay, I guess it's just normal. So the entire thing went through until the Namek saga, and he had this rape voice. Then they stopped right at Namek saga and restarted again, and this time it was Kai, and it was just the normal voices, like normal Vegeta. I'm like, what the heck happened? So for some reason, I guess, because I guess maybe New York is like really close to Canada up there, you know. We got that dub as one of our first ones, and then they decided to change it to Kai. So I was like first exposed to Vegeta that way, and I was like, I do not like this character. Please kill him off. Please kill him. But nowadays I do.
What do you got?
Yeah, I hated Vegeta when I first watched the show because of that voice. It was like an 80-year-old woman or something. It was like oh no, actually no, sorry, that's Frieza's voice in the beginning in the first Z. But yeah, that's Frieza's voice. Oh hello Goku. What the heck? But yeah, like I hated Vegeta back then because it really voice actors really do like influence what you think about a certain character. So, and then when I hear it again, like, well, hello Kakarot. What's going like? Wow, this is a change. I like this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm like much.
And you see the character that I really have always loved is Piccolo, and Piccolo's voice. Like, Chris Sabat doing Piccolo is kind of odd for me, because he sounds almost like Vegeta. I like Ocean a lot more, because he's a lot more cool and very sort of like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, because he's just kind of like himself, and he's not trying to stray.
Here's what I don't understand. Why does Canada need a different dub voice actors now? Oh, sorry, now than America. We're right next to each other. Why do they have to have different voice actors now? Like, why does it matter? We just had the Funimation for all of them.
Well, I guess because like Canada, the base for Funimation is Texas, isn't it? So that might have something to do.
Yeah, but I'm saying like nowadays on all TVs, like even in Florida to New York, they get the Funimation dub for Kai and all that. Like Toonami at night, like on Cartoon Network is Toonami. So like why does it like matter? Like nowadays they can just easily just show it, give it to the Canadians, just have the normal dub that everybody else watches. Like I never got that because they do still speak English like in the Canadian dub. So I never got like why we need two different completely. It seems like unnecessary.
Yeah,
like,
why
have a third dub for something that's like you're right. We have a better dub right here.
I never really. Yeah,
it's not the Indonesian dub or anything like that. It's just another American dub.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've thought about the Ocean dub. Although again, I like Piccolo and Goku's voice a lot more in the Ocean dub because Goku is supposed to like sound kind of cartoonish and goofy, but can be serious when he needs to be. In the Funimation, he's just oh yes, I don't really care about anything except fighting, and his voice doesn't really fit that character. I mean, Sean Schemmel's like a legend when it comes to the actual fighting, but when it comes to just Goku normally talking, he's kind of it's kind of weird, which is why I like the Ocean dub a little bit better. And Piccolo again, like you sound.
But like, have you heard? Piccolo has 3 voices actually. He has that one from that Ocean dub. He has the Dragon Ball Z one, which is like, "Are you guys serious?" Then he has the Zoro voice and from One Piece and Kai.
that is what
so
that is, yeah.
No, I mean no, it's the same voice actor who plays Zoro from One Piece. So they switched Piccolo's voice. So they change a lot of the voices in Kai.
Like the All Might voice from My Hero Academia.
Gosh, except for like I think the only voices they kept in Kai were Goku's, Vegeta's, Trunks's, and maybe some of the side here. I think the Bulma got changed. I know that, like, and Krillin, but everybody else got changed, especially Gohan, which is a completely. You can clearly tell that it's just it's Luffy. It's just clearly Luffy's voice for Kai.
Gohan's voice in Kai was so much better than it was in Dragon.
I hate the original Funimation for him.
I don't hate it. I didn't like it until the Cell Saga. Like when the Cell Saga came and he started like screaming and all that, I'm like, okay, that would sound like a teenage boy yelling.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? And
I mean the thing is, the same voice who does Gohan for American is the same one who played Goku in Dragon Ball throughout his entirety of being a kid, and the same voice in GT for Goku. So I hear that so much in all these Dragon Ball, so we get Goku when he's a kid. Then Gohan throughout his entire growing up to be like teen Gohan, I guess you call it. And then we get it in GT again. I'm like, and it's the exact same voice. I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, in Xenoverse when you play as Kid Goku.
Yeah, for some
now it's,
reason.
Kali
Yeah, I was watching
Goku.
Malachi play at my house, and
Yeah.
for some reason I walked by and he's like in this GT part in DLC, and Goku gets up like, well, okay. I'm like,
Yeah.
is that Luffy's voice, Goku? What does
Yeah.
that have to do with anything? Like, what?
I'm gonna be king of
I'm like,
the stage.
we had better not get a GT redub.
Oh, no, please no. We don't need that. We have
I
so
know,
much
right?
to cover.
Yeah,
Not
don't
GT,
go
man.
back, please. That's what I thought. Like, I'm like, are they gonna redo GT or something? Like, what? They better not.
Go. Go.
There's so much.
Yeah.
We have
We have
priorities, man.
Super. We're gonna get to that. But yeah, so man, like I said, like voices really do change. They really do make a difference when it comes to shows, especially anime. Especially anime, especially like those like I don't know, like Attack on Titan or anything like voices really do make a difference.
They make all the difference, yeah.
So that's why I'm glad. That's why I'm glad Z like finally got its own identity around Kai. I guess the end of the Buu saga and Kai. Because otherwise, if they kept going on with the, I really don't. I don't have anything against the Ocean dub. I just that for some of the voices, hearing that, especially Vegeta, for no reason. No, just no. I wouldn't be. I wouldn't like. I wouldn't probably follow Dragon Ball Z as much as I do nowadays. But I know that you like it though, Tim. I know you like the voices in that dub though. So I have no issue with it. Just some of the voices just don't fit the character.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, I
But-
can see where you're coming from.
Yeah, do you guys have any like fond favorite memories of Dragon Ball Z though?
Oh.
Especially the movies.
My favorite.
If you guys have seen any of those.
Especially.
I think my overall favorite moment, right as of right now, is when Gohan is fighting Cell and all like Piccolo, Tien. We haven't even talked about Tien and Krillin.
Because they're so
Anyway,
useless. We forgot about them.
Yeah. Well, like Tien, Krillin, Yamcha, Piccolo, and then even Vegeta, they're all trying to fight off Cell so that Gohan can defeat him. And like Cell like says something like, "Oh, you all have a death wish, so then you could have asked." And then Gohan just stands there. He's just like, he hurt them, and then he hurt them. Like it just gives me chills every time I watch it. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah. Like there are.
Oh,
what was that? What is it?
Dragon Ball.
Darn it!
Grandma!
We don't talk.
What's for dinner?
Grandpa, why can't you tell me how
That
to talk to
face,
this
man.
girl?
Man,
You
when he has
shouldn't
that
care.
face he has when he says "Grandpa," it's like the most derpiest thing I've ever seen. Like,
My favorite bit. Sometimes I get so mad, I just want to explode.
that's
Oh, Justin.
when I talked about Dragon Ball Z movies, I didn't mean that. Oh yeah, but actually, before we get into like more moments with Z, like, have you guys ever seen like any of the? Let's just cover like the movies. Like, have you guys seen like any of the movies?
I remember, actually, it's funny that you say that, because the first interaction I ever had with Dragon Ball Z was this guy Nick I knew at
Right.
our old place. I was like 10 and he was like 11 or something like that, and we were spending the night, and he showed me Wrath of the Dragon, which had like that giant monster thing that Vegeta and all them fought, and I was like blown away by it. Like, I didn't get into it until Tyler really got into it, but like I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that is actually still, I think, one of the, I guess, better movies, honestly.
Oh yeah, it's
That is
definitely one of the better movies. And then he showed me the Tree of Life, which for a 10-year-old kid I thought was pretty cool. And I
Nah. Yeah,
it's so.
a lot of the movies were supposed to be just retreads of like the series. Like, I think like Janemba, we'll just try like a little retread of the saga. And then like the one, I forget what the BoJack that was Cell, and you know, like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and it's like so, and I mean, I don't really have the movies. I've seen all of them. I watched all of them last year. They were.
That's awesome.
I mean, some of them. Like, I don't really like. I don't like Broly at all. Let's just get out of the way. I hate Broly. I get people like, oh, he's the biggest cool, but he's dumb. His entire plot is dumb for everything. Like, the movies like really don't do a good job of like having like good villains. It's like you're watching the Marvel MCU.
Yeah.
Only this time they don't have an excuse. At least this time it's not like horribly disappointing. You're just like it's horrible from the beginning. Whereas Marvel had really cool villains that were just horrible.
And I hate how Xenoverse 2 decides to take the movies and run with them with the terrible villains. Like, what the heck? But anyways, yeah, like going through them like, yeah, seriously. Yeah, like the movies, like honestly, are very, very hit and miss. Like Broly, the first one, you can say it's interesting. I hate the American dub for it because it has terrible rock music throughout the entire thing. But
yeah, like Pantera's
and
there
it's
for
like
some
super
reason.
loud. Like shut up, the music. I can't hear what the characters are saying. Turn down the music. And that music's only in the American dub. Everything else is normal and all the other dubs. And then, yeah,
Seriously?
I'm like, what? Why? Do you think this? It's like they knew this movie wouldn't keep our attention unless they kept some American rock music in it. And then there's like Broly 2, which is terrible, and Broly 3, which is even worse.
Yes, Bio Broly. Oh, Bio Broly, the best movie ever.
The heck is that?
It's right up there with the best movies with Dragon Ball Evolution.
Yeah, the Broly saga, I guess we'll just say as a whole. All three of them were terrible. I didn't like any of them. Why does he hate Kakarot? Because Kakarot cried near him. Okay, so therefore he's angry at him. Okay, what kind of plot is that? What the heck? Like, what are you trying to tell us? It's like we just don't want to put time to a story. We just want to see you fight these guys. And then we have
all the motivation of them.
Exactly. It's like we don't have time to give you guys a good conclusive story for a movie. We just want to waste your time and just let you see people punching each other. Punch, 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 punch.
Yeah. That's really what you want.
I mean, Dragon Ball Z is not really known for its good story. Obviously, the whole series is not really a story-driven series. It's just more of a, I don't know, a moment.
Character and action.
Yeah, exactly, an action-driven series where a lot happens and you remember, but in terms of the stories, they're not. If you explain like the Cell Saga story as a whole to somebody, it wouldn't sound that interesting. Like.
If you like explain in detail like how the fights were and then he shoots these lasers from his hands
Yeah.
and then he beats himself, then they're gonna be
Like it's not the story is not Kingdom Hearts or Undertale or something you really need to put some thought into. It just gives you enough a story to keep you a little bit interested and then gives you what you really watch the show for. Punch, 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 punch. So when it comes to the movies, they even go further down, like water it down and give you no story or interest at all and just punch, punch, punch. Punch, punch. For every single movie.
Which
Except for Wrath of the
bad
Dragon.
Necessarily. Wrath of the Dragon was great.
It's still my favorite one.
Really? Oh yeah, it was pretty good. I remember seeing it like it must have been like last year or something when I really got into Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
And I got into it because like I heard Tapion had an ocarina and I'm super into Zelda, so I have like 2 ocarinas I think. So I heard about Tapion and I was like, oh, I should check this out because I like Dragon Ball and I like Zelda. Man,
And then like and
so cool.
I mean, going down to the line. I don't know which was the first movie, but let's go through cooler. The 2 cooler movies. Yeah.
Too cooler for
boring.
schooler.
Both boring.
Oh my god.
Boring. I mean, I'm glad that Abridged makes them a bit more interesting to watch, but. There's nothing happening. Like it's just so boring. Like I don't know. Yeah, like you can make movies interesting. You just gotta like have imagination.
Yeah. You gotta put thought into the writing, which is something that the writers of Dragon Ball, other than didn't really do with the movie. Kind of went like, this looks stupid enough to buy the face.
Yeah.
Say it.
But, Yeah, I mean, both Cooler movies were terrible, but apparently they were popular enough to get, a sequel to that. So, and then Tree of Might, I don't even remember, honestly. I don't even. Turles, just a Goku redo. It was basically a plot of like, what if Goku was evil? Well, let's see. It's like, well, let's see. I have Dragon Ball Super for that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turles, The Tree of Life was kind of like that middle ground movie. Like, it wasn't terrible,
But it also wasn't good.
it certainly was not
Yeah.
good.
And then,
It could
yeah, you're right. It could have been worse. It's just that. I think if we're gonna use because the Toriyama didn't make the movies, it was just the writing staff of the animators did it. The same. Let's put it this way: the same writers who did GT are the ones who made all the movies.
You will forget. You will forget. See, you either hate a movie so much that you remember it, or you love a movie so much you remember it. With this movie,
I don't even remember the plot. I don't remember the plot to this or any of the Broly movies or. They're just like watch once and then just put it down, kind of thing. It's like you don't go like. Yeah, if you don't, it's not like an anime. Like everybody has that maybe that yearly anime they watch once a year, because it gives them a good feeling. Or I have plenty of those. I have Cowboy Bebop and certain things I watch yearly. But these movies are they're just I don't know, filler material. I guess I don't really know what they're supposed to be. I'm trying to put it into words, but I just can't. They're just there.
Keep our attention.
Yeah, I mean Dragon Ball. The thing is, Dragon Ball. They had a lot of movies too, but I don't remember any of them either. I don't even know. They're all made by the same people. They're so boring. I mean, what other movies were there? There was 3 Broly ones, the 2 Cooler ones, Tree of Might, The World's Strongest.
Okay, and something. Can I actually mention something about the Cooler movies? Because I totally forgot about those. I had a very mixed feeling about the first one. It wasn't as bad as the Tree of Life. It was okay. It was actually pretty okay. I remember that one pretty well. The second one was complete.
Why is it even there? Oh, now we have Metal Cooler. Okay.
It was not as bad.
Because why not?
Bio Broly is by far the worst, but that one is a very close.
You know what? I have a good idea. You know, I equate all these movies to the first ones are made by the people who did Dragon Ball Z, and then all the sequels are made by people who create their own fan fictions on how these stories could continue. On how these stories could continue. Random people just send in their fan fictions to Toriyama. He's like, okay, we'll make it a movie. That's what it. Because it's just there's nothing to go on with these sequels or anything like that. But, I mean, so we have those 3. I mean, we had those 5, 3 Broly ones, 2 Cooler ones. We have Tree of Might, which was anyways, and we have The World's Strongest, which Team Force Artists did a bridge on it not too a while ago. It's a lot of people consider that their favorite, but I like the other one better. Whatever it is called. The one with the monster. But
yeah. Honestly,
sorry,
go ahead. I want to see an OVA or a movie or something about Perfect Cell and Frieza just kind of hanging out in hell playing Xenoverse while they're waiting to be revived. Because we all know.
You know that's also filler too, right? That's not even in the manga either. In the manga, I don't think you ever see 1C Cell or Frieza in hell. Because the entire After Cell saga, where you have Goku dying and going to that little death tournament and all that's all filler. That's not even in the manga. So.
Yeah, honestly, I thought that was kind of stupid because Cell to me isn't inherently evil. He's programmed.
It's like he's programmed to be evil, but he never brings it up. Because he is an android. He is an android. He's not just a random villain who came out of nowhere. He's an android, and you never break some of the things when it comes to villains in their actual series, they don't really explain too well to some fans.
Yeah, with Cell for me, he seemed like he really just wanted to destroy the Earth because he was programmed to. Kind of like the androids that wanted to kill Goku. Like he just was like he even like had interviews in the show.
Oh, like the abridged one.
Like
Mr. Perfect
well,
Cell.
okay,
So
well,
fun.
in the abridged, but like in the original show, like he did kind of just like do whatever. Like he didn't necessarily go out of his way. Well, he was going to, but
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
he seemed
it
like he
never-
could have been a cool guy.
Yeah, sort of.
I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
there would be no way to make
Yeah.
him, like, say, like, Piccolo and make him good, but,
Oh yeah,
Seeing as he
definitely.
tried
Pretty
to
much.
kill the planet.
like, you,
Piccolo just
I was actually, like, thinking about that last night, like, when I was watching the abridged episode that just came out, and I was like, could Cell have, like, been somebody that they could have lived, like Piccolo or, you know, Tien, or all the people that used to be bad? I'm like, nah, he's too homicidal.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would not have thought that if they did not have the semi-perfect or perfect forms. The imperfect form is probably my favorite form of Cell because he's so creepy and.
That's because abridged.
That's actually. Well, no, not even in abridged. Like even in the original
Yeah,
show,
sure.
like when like he was like of course in abridged they made him all weird.
18! I'm coming!
Like. Yeah, like that's how do you go?
Stop it.
How do you go from like howdy neighbor to urging? I gotta, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know. What is he?
Did you just talk out your butt? That's not.
To be fair, you are in my DNA.
You get the damage since I've gotten here.
Hurting me since I-
Yeah, I love. I kind of wish like some of the reactions or they have to each other, and like abridged actually was in the actual show because that scene like when Vegeta's fighting imperfect Cell, the entirety of that it's nowhere near as interesting as the abridged one. He's quiet. He's like quiet, doesn't say much. He's not
Yeah,
smirky
because
as he always is. It's like
it's
what the
just-
heck?
It's like there's
kinda-
more thought into
yeah.
writing.
It's just kind of like stereotype writing, like, oh, I'm stronger than you. No, how could you be stronger?
And that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, but like
Oh.
the writing, like in the abridged one, like I can imagine them having that kind of conversation, honestly, in the actual show. Like, especially Kai,
Yeah.
like, where they're allowed to curse now in that show and all that. Like,
Darn you, cocky
yeah, because like and the thing is, in original Z, they weren't allowed to curse like they did in the manga. So they had to change. But in Kai, they're allowed to now use like the word like the D word and a lot of other bad words. So I can imagine that conversation in a bridge
Yeah.
being done in Kai.
Well, okay, well,
Which honestly I'm kind of thankful for because it sounds a lot less cheesy.
does anyone remember Cell when he was about to be blasted?
he says the poop word. I know.
Golly!
No. Shoot!
Yeah.
Whoop Daisy!
Yes, Tyler, he said
Cell gets killed and he's just like, oh, I've just picked a whole gosh.
Yeah,
darn
I think
brutality.
in the actual German dub of the show too. Yeah, he says the SH word too, where he gets blown. So I'm like, what the? Because obviously they're allowed to curse in the manga. They curse all the time. So and they don't do it in Z because they get Saturday morning kids cartoon. Little kids can't be hearing that. But
because it was in America and like Ken is a lot more loose
yeah,
with their
but
cursing.
it's because of that.
Oh,
my
hold
gosh.
on. Sorry.
Darn it, Jeremy.
Just cut that. out.
You know what? I'm gonna amplify it.
Don't edit that.
No, I'll cut it out. I don't know. I'll probably just leave it in there. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of glad that like they took away those restrictions. So like, because you can't have these kind of battles. Do you really like? Do you guys honestly think that if you say I don't know, it was me, you, and Trey, we just got out of a 1 year and 100-ball time chamber, and we're finally gonna go fight Cell, and we see him.
Yeah.
We wouldn't make fun of him or like. I mean, obviously we're Christians, so we probably don't like use much language, but we'd be so subdued like we are, like that.
Yeah, even though like we try to avoid cursing, if we're under that much pressure, we're bound.
I'm
to
pretty
curse.
sure, like,
Even though we
knowing
probably shouldn't.
myself, I'm pretty sure I'd be acting the exact same. If I knew all the power I had, I'd be acting the exact same way Vegeta did in Abridged. But the show doesn't. Yeah, but the show. I mean, honestly, I'm serious. Like, I can see myself doing that kind of thing, just like making fun of him. But Vegeta doesn't. In the actual show, that doesn't reflect any of that because I don't know. Just the direction is not very good for you. Like certain like scenes I can see like playing out in real life. Like So I mean,
Yeah.
that's just some things that kind of annoy me. That like I'm glad that Abridged gets right in some things.
Yeah.
Like, okay, just so that we make this very clear, Abridged is just generally better.
Hey, I mean, obviously, it's a lot more.
Better
Yeah,
writing and better
yeah, it's a lot more comical, and some things you can like. There are many things in the show you would know like would never really happen in Z, but a lot of the interactions that like happen in these episodes and all that, I can clear, except for Goku's voice and all that kind of stuff in the show. I can definitely see like them doing happening.
Mm-hmm.
But it's.
Yeah, and the one thing that I don't like about a bridge show, now that we're on this topic, is that in a bridge, it just kind of, what is it? Like, they just kind of, like, jokes, and it kind of gets boring. Like, there's this one scene in the newer episode where it's, like, where he says something like, oh, look at the poor Saiyan, lost time, and then, they reply with, oh, look at poor Namekian. It's kind of like...
Well, but here's the thing, they do that for everything, like I'm saying, like the Abridged is very, very, like I said, there's some things I can see them doing and I can't see them doing, like in the actual Dragon Ball Z. Like the jokes that they keep from like the very beginning of like Abridged, they keep going like Krillin's death counter or all that, like these running jokes that just keep going throughout the entire thing, or Vegeta hating Kakarot and like a certain way, or they say certain things like that. I don't know. I just those kind of things do annoy me. It's kind of like Family Guy's way of humor.
I don't know, like certain jokes that repeat can be pretty darn funny. Like there's one, like the Krillin death count or the Krillin gets owned counter. That's funny, but like I don't know, like that one joke in that, like I was just like, am I supposed to laugh at that? Because that just kind of feels really, really tactical.
I don't know, especially a lot of sex
I don't mind
jokes
them at all.
That's like, yeah, I can't see them doing all that, but a lot of some of the like the fighting interactions they do, I kind of really do want in the actual show to give each character.
Definitely.
Because I watched that scene, that episode again 2 days ago when Vegeta was fighting Imperfect Cell. I was like, I just want to go watch the original, see how it is. That same scene, it's so lifeless. He just transforms. Trunks is just standing there watching him, not saying a word, and they're fighting, not saying anything. He's like, "How are you get this strong?" Because I am. It's like because I am this strong. Punches.
Because
he just like says like I guess he's like, because I'm a Saiyan. Punches him again. I'm like, that's it? That's all you're gonna regret with? You're not gonna like make fun of him for like I don't know. It's just
now. Team 4 Star probably did Nappa. Nappa is Nappa is like the reason Team 4 Star. Like Team 4 Star has a lot of funny jokes, but like we said, they kind of can repeat a little too much, and it's fine if you repeat it, but you gotta do it good. But Nappa, like there's nothing wrong with Nappa that I can think of, because Nappa it's meant. I'm just here because, yeah.
Because
why not?
Really, is there one person on this planet that can't do it?
No, if you can, then you're pathetic. It's like somebody who can't do a Pokemon impression. Just say the name.
Yeah, dude. I'm thankful it's that easy because he has so many quotable lines. It just makes it so much easier.
But yeah, so like now I think we're pretty much on the movies. Like all the movies, pretty forgettable. I mean, besides maybe the Bardock one, which is again unnecessary, very unnecessary. Nobody cares.
That Bardock movie was...
It was better. I think the manga does it better. It has like a whole lot more development.
I think that the animation was good in the Bardock movie, but I hated what they did
boring.
with it.
Like he's just another Vegeta. Why is he so mean? Like what the heck? And the Vegeta.
Well, that's what all the Saiyans are, just a bunch of Vegetas. It's just like Vegeta was like concentrated Saiyan.
I mean, I know Goku's
like,
all nice and all that because
legs.
he hit his head and all that stuff, but I mean, and the manga explains that he had a wife and she was more like Goku, and then they had her, and Bardock actually now hear this, he actually cared about Goku, and he said,
Oh,
said,
jeez, I need to read that.
and he's the reason,
Like,
and he's the one who sent Goku away when the mom died. So, and the thing is just like, oh yeah, I have a son. Well, bye. It's like, what the what?
Son? I have one of those? Oh god, I have two.
It's like...
Yeah.
Tim?
I'm here.
Yay! Sorry, my laptop just went off. It was,
Okay.
no, what happened was I had explosive diarrhea, so I had to leave. I want some big excuse. Anyway. So, we're just ending this off. Okay, so I think we got through pretty much through our thoughts of the movies. I mean, do you guys have any, like, last things to say on the movies that you liked or didn't like? You guys there? Hello?
Yeah, it's just like your mic is kind of skipping.
Okay, yeah, I have no idea what that is, but do you guys like have any final thoughts on the movies?
Some were good, some were bad, some were uncool, some were rad. A poem.
I like that.
I'm gonna say 3 of them were really good, and the rest of them were kind of just mediocre and
Yeah.
mediocre. It was okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like my favorite are the are Wrath of the Dragon, and I kind of a little bit like the History of Trunks, but that's it.
Yeah. World's Strongest was pretty good too.
Oh yeah, that
I
too.
haven't seen that.
Well, that's one of like everybody's favorites, honestly. For some reason, when it comes to like the fans in the movies. I don't know why though. I mean, it's cool, I guess. But I guess maybe it's just like has to do with like maybe how it's dubbed or something.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. So I mean, those are our thoughts on the movies. But now for the best one, Dragonball GT.
It sucked.
Bad.
Did you actually
Don't watch it?
Did you both actually watch it all the way through?
No.
Yeah.
I heard.
I like. Okay. So I like the very, very, very end with Omega Shenron, and that was it.
Yeah, this series has like so many downfalls.
It has to.
Why is Goku a child?
I
Why
don't
is Goku a
know.
child?
Because why not?
But why? I don't understand. Okay, getting into
Why
that.
did he swallow Dragon Ball? Why is Super Saiyan 4 a monkey? Why?
Well, okay,
Because reasons.
I can get into that a little bit. Okay, the reason. First off, this show was not made by Toriyama in any way, shape, or form. He has no inclusion in this. There's no manga for this period. It's just a show. He did not write anything in this. So it was made by the same guys.
He did make character designs.
Yes, he did. He did help. They asked for character designs, like on like how to do Goku, and of course the Super Saiyan 4. He gave him designs for that, and he also did his own version on the GT re-release box art, which looks way better than the actual one that he did in the show. But yeah, but that's it. That's all he did. He had no inclusion. All this show is made by the same guys who did all the Broly movies and all that. So maybe there's a little hint on why the story sucks. But yeah, so Toriyama had like really no inclusion in this. He wanted to stop the series after Z and just retire from that.
Yeah.
So there's a similar reason. Now the reason why Goku's a kid in the show is explained that Pilaf, for some reason, by the way, Pilaf's back apparently at like 45,000 episodes, and he wishes for Goku to. I don't even know what the heck the wish was, but apparently he made him a kid. Which doesn't mean anything.
You could kick your butt as a kid. What makes you think that?
Yeah, I want to say, which doesn't mean anything, because first off, he beat you as a kid all the time. Second off, he can still go Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3, and now 4. Makes no difference. Except for the only thing he can't do is instant transmission, which, oh, la-dee-da, they can all fly. And it's like, what are the disadvantages to him being a kid? Like, I don't understand what the point in the show of making him a kid was. Make him more relatable, I guess, to people who were getting into Dragon Ball and they wanted to see 3 kids on this
So
show.
dumb.
Because I don't get it. Like, it does nothing. Because Goku, first of all, if Toriyama had gone through his normal plan of killing off Goku in the beginning, he shouldn't even be here right now. I just don't like. And that the original plot of the show, which they were telling us in the show, was that it was originally going to be Pan, Goten, and Trunks going on this journey. These three were going to go. Vegeta was forcing them to go. Yes, because Vegeta's apparently now a family man, guys. And anyway, yeah, he was forcing them to go. And
Vegeta is now Guile.
And how Goku got on this ship was because no, it was it was actually Goku, Trunks, and Goten who were going on this, not Pan, because she was too young, because she wasn't allowed. And so what happened was Trunks got on the ship, Goku got on the ship as a kid because why the heck is he a kid? Doesn't matter. I don't know what they did that for, but. And then Pan snuck on the ship while Goten was too busy texting his girlfriend, and they left. Yeah. And while Goten was texting his girlfriend and not paying attention, Pan got on the ship and pressed the button, and they left. So what the heck? Like that's really a reason? Like that in the show story, is that because Goten wasn't paying attention, so the whole plot. Like I think the plot would have been much better if it was just Goku, adult Goku, of course, Trunks, and Goten on this mission. Like,
that's so dumb.
Like, I mean, honestly, do you know how much they could accomplish? I mean, I know this is obviously not canon even either way, but it would have been cool to see Goku, adult Goku, teaching Trunks and Goten, finally spending some time with his son, and seeing Goku and Trunks again together, just for a whole show. That would have been cool to see them do more fusions around Goku and all that, and Goku teaches them how to do their power levels and all that. It could have been really good.
Seeing some more teacher Goku would have been awesome.
It's a bro trip, a bro show.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, everybody down on Earth is still absolutely useless, and that'd be another issue. They would still be there, but I think I would have enjoyed it a little bit more if it was just three guys on this mission to find Dragon Balls, and they're learning more about each other, and maybe these two look up to Goku on this mission, and be still an adult, obviously, not turned into a dumb kid. And they still do fusions and all that, grown up, because that's still not canon, by the way. We've never seen a grown up fusion. We see it in Dragon Ball Heroes, but it doesn't count. That's not canon. So, I mean, it's just why? I don't know. They're off to find these these 7 Black Star Dragon Balls, which are never brought up in any other show ever, till now.
Because they're dumb.
Yeah, because apparently they couldn't just use our normal Dragon Balls and make them scatter around the planet or something like that. In some way, I mean, they could have easily done that, but they didn't. Anyways, and they find them, and it's supposed to be and it's like the writers got bored. They got really bored. 15 episodes in, and okay, let's just go do something different. So they just make the mission abruptly stop, and they come back to Earth. It's kind of like what Sword Art Online does. They get really
Sword Art Online.
It's it has a good premise and sets up good, but the writers got really bored. And okay, let's just wrap this up.
At least GT didn't get super rapey for no reason.
That's very true, but
I saw it was only one scene though. That was it.
That's true.
I will say,
for GT, pretty much the plot is rape to watch.
Yeah.
Make it stop.
I will say that GT as a whole is a fantastic looking show.
Yeah.
I think it looks better than. I think to this day it looks the animation style looks better than Super's. Honestly.
That is true.
To this day, I just love that kind of beautiful art style they chose with it, and to this day, I kind of wish they still kept doing that kind because Super is just really, really light animation, like you see in all animes today. Just not as, I guess, it seems like Dragon Ball all the way through Z was hand drawn. It felt like it all looked fantastic, and then now we have Super, which I mean, it's obviously still drawn, but it's more modernized. I don't like the way that light looking thing look. It doesn't age as well. Either. Especially when you had the first episodes of Super, which looked eye-rapingly terrible.
Oh, yeah.
It does not look good. But when you have the GT kind of style, you look at the skies and all that, and it just looks so, the water textured, beautiful. And I know Tyler would know about this because he draws. I love that kind of art style. But...
Okay, so yeah.
That's all it has going for it.
Credit where credit is due. GT had some decent character designs, I think.
Yes. I like Majin Oob. Yeah. I like Majin. I think my favorite character the designs are Majin Oob when he fuses with Boo. Even though it may last for 10 seconds. Even though he lasts for 10 seconds and dies, like nothing.
Yeah.
That's still my favorite design, and they actually made an attempt for like 2 seconds to make Oob do something. And Super Saiyan 4. Those are my two favorite things.
Yeah, Super Saiyan 4 was pretty cool.
Because originally they were going to give it yellow hair, but they're like, nah, let's just make it steroid. I mean, I kind of do wish they went with the yellow hair look a little bit.
Yeah.
Because just keep on with the Super Saiyan moniker, but they didn't do that. So it really is kind of it's really isolated from the Super Saiyan
with
forms.
dark hair again doesn't make much sense.
Yeah, I mean it's like it's supposed to be like a fusion between the apes or whatever, his ape form and his normal body.
Yeah.
But I still don't like that. I like the yellow hair better. I think that's just a way to do it. But I mean, yeah. So that's the first arc. They just kind of find the balls, come back to Earth. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, this baby thing comes out of nowhere, and it takes over Vegeta's body. And now Vegeta's kind of the bad guy again. And like, I don't know. Like, do you guys have any memories with GT? Like, maybe you like some things in? Like, cool. Story-wise or anything that you guys liked about GT?
Again,
yeah, go ahead.
Again, honestly, it was Omega Shenron and the whole Super Saiyan 4 work, but it was actually like, okay, it's pretty cool. Everything was garbage.
Yeah, like, it's just like, it's kind of what happens, like, it's like I was saying earlier, like, when you just give your story, like your epic Dragon Ball story, to a bunch of fan fiction writers who don't understand how Dragon Ball Z really worked. So they end up writing their own show and version of like what the source material is, but they get it wrong, which is exactly what Dragon Ball Evolution did.
Basically.
I've
yet to find a fan fiction that is worth my time.
There are so many. But I mean, the show, it looks beautiful again. All the enemies motivations are just as good as the movie villains, so therefore that means they're not that good. And the designs are good. I like the design of Baby Vegeta, I guess, and Super Saiyan 4 and Omega Shenron. I like these kind of designs and all that. I wish the show around it was like competent, like it actually tried to make it like a general attempt at making it like a continuation of Z. Like to actually continue on from the character development we got in Z. I mean, we didn't get a whole lot in Z, but like from what we got like, near the last couple episodes of Z, like we got Bola and all these different characters. Okay, we got these guys now. We got Oob now. Use them, you know? Let's continue the series. Let's use them.
Yeah.
Like, okay, Gohan's ultimate. Okay, so what are you going to do with that? Like, let's do something with that. Goten and Trunks confused. Can they possibly achieve a new level? Let's do something.
Can Gotenks go Super Saiyan 4? Is there even Gotenks anymore?
Yeah, can they still do Gotenks as adults? Like Super Saiyan 4, like, I don't know, like, I mean, that was explained pretty well, like, how he got a Super Saiyan 4 form, and I actually liked the way they did that in the show. So, like, that was good, but, like, you know, can Vegeta get Super Saiyan 3? Like, there's just so many questions that, like, I was asking myself the entire time I was watching the show last year, and it's like, could that have been done better? Yes. Or that? Yes. Like, can Pan become a Super Saiyan? Like, just little things, little tiny things that aren't that hard to do. They just
maybe not.
Yeah, it's like there are so many like little things that they decided not to do in the show that are so easy to do to make this show interesting. Instead, now we got to have Super Android 17 because everybody loves that.
Yeah.
Just. And for some reason in that arc, they bring in when Android 17 comes out, there's like this portal.
The thing that
all the non-characters. Yeah, like, and for some reason after Super Android 17 comes out of the portal or whatever, all the non-canon characters come out too, like from the movies. So,
Wait,
what?
what?
Yeah, like,
Are you serious?
and like not Broly,
characters?
but like not Broly, but Cooler comes out. Some movie villains come out. Some of the bad guys from original Dragon Ball come out, and Z. And then, like, what is happening? Goku's in hell fighting Frieza and Cell at the same time. I'm like, what does this have to do with anything?
But I'm sure it wasn't like executed as well.
No, I'm like, what does this have to do with anything? Like, what is he doing? Why? And then Piccolo decides to murder himself to save the
why
Earth.
not?
Because apparently he's like, you know what, guys? You guys have been misusing the Dragon Balls for over and over again, and I'm tired of it. So if I kill myself, therefore Kami is dead too. Therefore, you guys cannot use the Dragon Balls anymore because I'm a jerk.
Well, they still have what was his name? Little Green. Because I
Yeah,
can't remember his name.
which I was actually thinking about. Like, yeah, I'm like, but Dig Day is now the Kami. So that's what I was thinking about the entire time. I'm like, so it doesn't matter because once you die, he's still here. He can still make Dragon Balls. Kami, the old Kami has been demoted.
Making a huge heroic. Yeah, you're not making a huge heroic sacrifice anymore. It doesn't mean as much.
It doesn't mean it doesn't mean anything because we have a new Kami. So it doesn't mean anything. He just committed suicide. But the show
it's not as meaningful.
Yeah, but the show, the writers obviously don't look into the lore or didn't understand the lore of Z, so they just thought that that's how it would work. And there are so many moments in this show that do that. I mean, I'm gonna have my own GT review coming out eventually when I actually finally go back to Walmart and buy the GT Complete series because I have to do it for the sake of review. For the sake of review, darn it, it's only like $20. Yeah. So, because fandom.
Yeah, do it.
So,
I'll join
when I do,
you.
yes, you will. I will definitely get you and Tim on that. But yeah, I mean, GT not bad. I mean, do you guys really remember any of the
Go
story?
through that kind of torture alone.
I mean, the reason. I mean, let's put it this way. The reason why a lot of people just call it the Goku show is because they say Dragon Ball GT stands for Dragon Ball Goku Time. The entire show focuses around Goku. At what point in any of the Dragon Ball shows was it just about Goku? No one else. Like, no Bulma, no Master Roshi arc,
That's really
no
true.
no Launch, no nothing, no Vegeta, no Piccolo, no fusion dance with Goten and Trunks.
Wow.
I'm coming. I mean,
25 minutes?
Yeah, there's like.
I mean,
Goodness.
yeah, I mean a lot of characters. I mean,
Almost even know.
a lot of characters. Like, I mean, obviously we know that from Z they don't really do much, but they're still there, and they still like they make an effort to try.
Yeah.
You know. In GT they don't at all. Nobody does anything.
But in
Yeah,
GT,
Nobody tries anything. Nobody does anything because they're not around.
Goku. No one bat an eye.
Yeah. And it is just Goku. He's the one who stops every single villain in GT. And let's put it this way: in Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball, he does kill King Piccolo, and some people let. In Dragon Ball Z, Goku doesn't kill anybody. He doesn't kill Frieza. Frieza slices himself in half, and then gets re-sliced in half by Trunks, and
Oh
dies.
yeah, he like really pulls a Batman in that regard, where he's like, "I'll beat you up, but I won't kill you."
Yes, and then so Trunks is the one who kills Frieza in the end. So it wasn't Goku. Cell, he blows himself up with Cell, but he didn't kill Cell. Cell killed himself, came back. Gohan killed him. Majin Buu, he didn't kill Cell himself. The Spirit Bomb did, with everybody's help. It wasn't. He couldn't have done it without everybody's help. In GT, he does everything without anybody's help. Nobody helps him at all. Everybody just
Even
gets hurt and
though
dies.
He's like a toddler.
Yeah, but again, like I said, it doesn't matter because for some reason he can still go Super Saiyan 1, 2, and 3.
Might as well just.
So
I don't know.
So yeah, so it's like, what's the point? Like, what was the point of making him a kid?
He's
I
just
just-
like
I never-
Goku.
I never got that, and that really annoys me to this day.
It
But
doesn't really make any sense at all.
yeah, so I mean, it's the show. It's not exact. Like, it is watchable. It's just don't you really need to turn your brain off for the entirety of the show if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan.
You know what? That's
Because
true.
the show, just much like if you're watching Evolution, just turn your entire brain off. Don't think about it. Because the show fails in every regard, except for animation and voice acting. It fails in every regard.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that's pretty much my tiny little review on it right here and now.
Mm-hmm.
But Tim, do you think what do you think? Do you think there's much a whole lot of any other redeemable things in the show?
I think there can be, like T, right?
Yeah.
I think there was. Ended up just kind of crashing really bad. Again, I'm going to their first mistake was making Goku a child. That was where it really. I think when he turned back into Super Saiyan 4, I think they got a lot better. I actually really enjoyed the Omega Shenron. All says, another thing too, just to debunk this, everyone says, "Oh, Vegeta cheated." Well, Super Saiyan never really achieve all on your own. So
yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, it's kind of like it was. I'm thinking that's kind of where Toriyama got the whole Super Saiyan God from.
Yeah.
Everybody's thinking that he took this idea from GT Super Saiyan 4 and put it to God, a form you can't achieve on your own, that you need others' helps to do. And I'm darn sure he did that. I'm pretty sure that's how he got Super Saiyan God. And I like that idea. Something that you can't just infinitely get stronger and stronger on your own. That's if it is, then you might as well one day just be One Punch Man. And there goes the what's the point in ever getting stronger or having villains anymore? You'll never, at least One Punch Man, it understands that and it plays it up the correct way. It doesn't become cliche. One punch or dead. Well, that was interesting. Moving on. It's
Well, yeah, the point of One Punch like that in for boring.
Yeah, GT completely ignores that idea and says, nope, Goku can do this. You want to know why? Because he's the main character. He's the one who sells toys. Well, punch, dead, punch, dead. I didn't know Goku has never killed this much in his life.
You know what?
Until GT.
True. That's very true.
Yeah.
And it's just that's not him. I'm sorry. I didn't know that Goku was Bardock. He's not funny in GT. Nothing funny happens. I mean, the show tries to have comedy, but it's so forced. It makes you cringe every time you see it.
Yep.
There's this one time I've seen where Goku, Trunks has wear a dress and get married, fake married to this thing, whatever. It's retreading Dragon Ball, and it's so shamelessly trying to be Dragon Ball in the beginning of the show, the arc of going to find the Dragon Balls together with the friends, and then they're well, we're bored. Let's try something else. Let's try a Z approach. So they go baby. Well, we're bored again. This is boring. Let's move on again. Somebody a little harder. Let's bring back the androids. Just like the Cell Saga. It's so then they make it uncanon even more by bringing in fake movie characters into it. I'm what is happening? Have you guys lost your minds? And then they decide to go for the whole Majin Buu plot at the very end where, oh look, there's a big guy. He has all the Dragon Balls and you guys can't beat him. Let's just beat him with the Spirit Bomb. I haven't seen that before.
Huh.
It's
Anyways,
just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, the show is, again, beautiful looking. I think the fighting scenes, when they are there, are nice to look at. If short. Because everybody gets the crap beaten out of them.
Horribly written.
Yep.
But it's a horribly written show.
Yep.
And should not be, and should only be watched once.
Yeah.
That's
it's
it.
Yeah.
Definitely a watch thing. Well, I think
Yeah.
we got what?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all.
I mean, but that's pretty much it for. I mean, you guys agree, so there's nothing else to talk about. So
We could make
that's pretty much
entire
it.
separate series discussing why GT is bad and how it's
Yeah. No, we'll have that
For
when we
now,
do the.
I think that's about it. Final thoughts out.
Yeah, we'll have that when we do the review for the actual GT, but that's just our thoughts on that, and I think we got pretty
we
much
can
all our
do that
thoughts out
later.
of the way on that. Yeah. So I mean, that's the 30th anniversary, though. I mean, that's how far they've come.
Yeah. And
I mean,
great
obviously-
series, get involved with it. I recommend it. That gets the Tyler's
Yeah, that's our recommendation.
Yeah, man. Along with Max and Ruby, the novelization, which I am going to write. That's going to be my fan fiction.
Good luck with that. And Tim?
Max and Ruby meet Sonic the Hedgehog coming to...
You're gonna destroy the internet, dude.
My final thoughts have got to be. My final thoughts have got to be that Dragon Ball was okay. Dragon Ball was amazing. Dragon Ball Super is becoming amazing. And GT garbage.
Yeah, it had potential. So credit where credit.
Yes,
it wasn't the worst thing on the planet. It's not the worst thing in the fandom.
It's not the worst thing on the planet. That's reserved for SAO.
Yep.
But it is, though. It had potential. Like, it had a lot of potential. It just didn't do anything with all. Like I mentioned, all these characters that have, you could easily move on. Like Super is trying to do, like make these characters worse. Something like Oob and Pan and all these characters, all these new Super characters we have, besides just Goku, Trunks, Vegeta, and we have more Saiyans and all that, but you don't do anything with them. So then, what's the point in continuing on? What's the point in character growth if you're not going to use those characters? So, yeah, I recommend Dragon Ball to anybody. Honestly, I recommend Dragon Ball. I recommend Dragon Ball Z to anybody who wants to get into anime. I recommend Dragon Ball to anybody who's watched Dragon Ball Z and want a continuation, understand where Dragon Ball came from, if you can stand it. And then I recommend Super for those who have already finished Dragon Ball Z and want a continuation. GT I recommend only if you're curious. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So,
morbidly curious to watch GT.
Just watch it for the great animation, honestly, and voice acting. But yeah, that's pretty much it for us. We've gone on for quite a while, an hour and a half.
Yeah, man.
We're doing pretty good. Yeah, and this is the first time we've hung out in a long time.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of knew that would happen.
Yeah, we had a lot
So-
of time to cut out.
We did, but yeah, so
It's a big.
this is the first time we've hung out in a long time, and it was worth it.
It's true.
So that was great.
I look forward.
And
to
we'll
doing it
try-
again, like Suicide Squad.
Yeah, hopefully. Try to watch it tonight or something, Trey. Watch it again. We could probably do it tomorrow if you did.
All right.
Very true. Well, I'll text Tim and see maybe if you. I'll text you tonight and see if you're going to watch it by tomorrow. If not, we'll just do it next week. But yeah, finally we got something out of the way after forever. But with all that said, guys, I'm Mark. This is where you. This is where you say your names.
Oh my
Sorry,
God.
hold on a second.
You need to turn that off, man.
That's Tim, and that's Tyler. We are the
That's
Ultimate
Tim,
Gaming
it's
Warriors,
Not me. I have a bunch.
and that's a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. And we are the Ultimate Gaming Warriors. Thank you guys for joining me.
Easy
Have a lot
breezy,
of fun.
beautiful cover girl. See ya.
Oh, gosh darn it! Have a good day, guys. Anything else you want to say, Tim?
Signing off.
Alright, see you guys.
See you later, guys.
Later, my dude.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. The next time you guys see us, we'll be doing the Suicide Squad review. We swear.
Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
Last time we planned to do it with the whole
If it
group.
is, too
but-
bad.
Yeah, seriously. It's whatever. We have lives too.
Yeah.
Have a great day.